Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Hmm.
Today, well, we're going to be exploring something that might sound a little, technical at first glance.
Hmm.
But believe me, this is something that's incredibly relevant, especially if you're a technical writer or a documentation expert,
Absolutely.
or really any IT professional out there.
Yeah,
We're talking about structured writing.
it's a good one.
And this was a suggestion, actually, from senior technical writer Curt Robbins.
Great suggestion.
So
Yeah.
I think, it's one of those topics that can kind of get lost in the weeds.
Hmm.
But it's really all about making information work for you instead of against you, right?
For sure. Yeah, it's about intentionally bridging that gap between the way we understand information as humans
Right.
and the way computers process information.
Okay, so before we go any further, let's define what we actually mean by structured writing, right?
Yeah, good idea.
So imagine, taking the rhetorical structure of content and then sort of marrying that with the data structures
Yeah.
that computers use.
I like that, the marriage. Yeah.
That's structured writing
Yeah, that's it.
in a nutshell.
In a nutshell.
Yeah.
I'm already intrigued, but I
Okay.
have to admit the term itself does sound a little bit dry.
It does.
So
Yeah.
can you give us an example of structured writing that we might already be familiar with?
Yeah, so think about Markdown.
Okay.
It's pretty simple, but it's powerful,
Yeah.
right? It's a way to format text.
Yeah.
And it falls under this umbrella of what we call document domain structured writing.
Okay.
So it's focusing on the structure of the document itself.
Gotcha.
But we
Okay.
can go deeper, right?
Yeah, right.
You can go into subject domain structured writing.
Ooh.
Yeah. And this is where things get really interesting.
Subject domain structured writing.
Yeah,
Now you've got my attention.
good.
But
Yeah.
before we jump into that,
Okay.
let's talk about this idea of every page is page one.
Okay. I know I've encountered that, kind of navigating around websites and
Oh,
stuff.
for sure. Yeah.
So
It's everywhere.
what is that all about?
So every page is page one is a fundamental shift in how we think about information architecture,
Okay.
especially in the digital world.
Mm-hmm.
It basically says that each piece of content should be accessible
Okay.
and understandable on its own
Right.
without requiring users to go through some rigid hierarchy to get there.
Oh, so it's kind of like designing a website where every page is like a potential entry point
Exactly.
and users can kind of jump around based on their needs, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense for the web,
Mm-hmm.
but how does it relate to structured writing?
So this is where subject domain structured writing comes in.
Okay.
Imagine you're going through and you're tagging each element in a piece of content
Okay.
with these specific labels that describe its meaning.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like adding metadata that clarifies what the content is and how it relates to other pieces of information.
So like instead of just writing 1 cup of flour in a
Mhm.
recipe, you're tagging it with ingredient flour,
Exactly.
1 cup,
You got it.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
This seems like a lot of extra work, though.
It seems like it.
What are the advantages?
So those tags might seem small,
Yeah.
but they're incredibly powerful.
Okay.
They allow us to do things like, for example, automatically generate links between different content,
Oh, wow.
create categories,
Interesting.
and even tailor the presentation of information depending on the output, whether it's print or web.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
So it's like having this super organized
Right.
digital filing cabinet
Yeah, I like
where
it.
everything is labeled and searchable.
Exactly. And it's all based on meaning, right?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is this a new concept?
Not entirely.
Oh.
Developers have actually been using subject domain structured writing for years with tools like JavaDoc and Doxygen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay.
They embed meaning in their code documentation this way.
Interesting.
They were early adopters because they understood the value of structured information.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So we're essentially taking a page from their playbook and applying it to technical writing.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds like this could revolutionize how we create and manage documentation.
I think it can, yeah.
That's incredible.
It's exciting.
This is really cool.
Yeah.
Structured writing can make our content more findable, reusable, right?
Yeah.
Adaptable and scalable.
For sure.
And let's not forget
Mm.
the SEO benefits.
Yeah, Google loves structured data.
Yeah, that's right.
Huge.
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
If we're tagging content with these, meaningful labels,
Mhm.
it makes it so much easier for search engines to understand what
like-
we're talking about and index our documentation, right?
Exactly, yeah. It's all about speaking Google's language.
Oh, we like that.
So schema.org,
Okay.
which is this collaborative effort to standardize data vocabulary online. relies heavily on this kind of structured information.
Okay.
So when we use these tags, we're basically telling Google exactly what our content is about.
It's like giving Google like a VIP backstage pass to our content.
Exactly, yeah.
That's awesome.
It is.
But let's be honest, all this talk about tagging and metadata can sound a little intimidating.
It can.
Are there any downsides to structured writing?
Yeah.
I've heard it can get pretty complex.
You're right. Some traditional structured writing systems like XML can be pretty intricate.
Yeah.
They tried to be these kind of universal solutions, but they ended up with so many tags and rules that it could be overwhelming.
That's what I was afraid of.
Yeah.
It sounds like trying to assemble furniture with a 500-page instruction manual written in a foreign language.
I know, right?
But are there simpler approaches?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
You don't need to jump into the deep end of XML to get the benefit.
There are tools and techniques that let you start small and gradually build up your structured writing capabilities.
That's a relief.
Yeah.
So where do we even begin? How do we figure out what to tag and how to do it effectively without getting lost in all that complexity?
I think the key is to start by understanding your content and your audience.
Okay.
So what are the recurring concepts and themes? What questions are your users always asking? Once you identify those key elements, you can create a tagging system that really reflects both the structure and the meaning of your content.
So it's kind of like creating like a personalized Dewey Decimal System.
Yeah, kind of.
For your documentation.
Exactly.
But wouldn't this require a lot of upfront planning?
Planning is essential,
Right.
but it doesn't have to be overwhelming.
Go ahead.
Start with a small section.
Right.
Focus on the most important elements and just iterate as you learn.
So it's more about like creating a flexible framework
Yeah,
than a rigid set of rules.
precisely.
Okay. Yeah, you're not locked in.
Cool. You can adapt.
I like that. It keeps things agile.
Exactly.
So what about specific tools for implementing subject domain structured writing? Are there any that you recommend?
There's a whole range of tools available, from lightweight solutions to more robust platforms, for simpler applications. Markdown paired with metadata plugins can be pretty effective.
Oh, okay. So there are options for every level of complexity.
Yeah, for sure.
And budget. Awesome. That's great to know.
Yeah.
But let's go back to the every page is page one concept.
Okay.
How does subject domain structured writing help us actually create content that embraces that?
So remember, every page is page one is all about empowering those users to access information in a non-linear way.
Right.
They can jump between topics as needed, and subject domain tagging makes that possible by actually creating those connections between different pieces of content.
So instead of forcing users down a single path, we're giving them like a map and a compass.
That's a great way to put it, yeah.
And they can explore at their own pace.
Exactly.
That's cool.
And because those connections are based on the meaning of the content, they can be dynamically updated. So as you add new information, the system can actually automatically identify and create new links.
That's really cool.
Keep everything connected.
Yeah.
Easy to find.
This is making my inner information architect very happy.
I'm glad.
This is like having a self-organizing library that constantly adapts to new additions.
I like it.
But let's bring this back to our listener.
Okay. Good idea.
What are the key takeaways for, technical writers, documentation experts, IT professionals who are just starting to explore structured writing?
I'd say, first, shift your mindset from document-centric to topic-centric writing.
Okay.
Embrace the idea of bringing down information into smaller modular chunks that can be easily linked and reused.
That makes sense.
Second, don't be intimidated by those complex systems. Start small. Focus on subject domain tagging and experiment with different tools.
Okay.
And finally, remember that structured writing is an ongoing journey.
It's a process.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. That's fantastic advice.
Good.
It's empowering to know that we can start implementing these principles without needing a PhD in XML.
Exactly. Yeah.
Speaking of XML, I know there are other structured authoring frameworks out there. Could you tell us a little bit about those?
Sure. So one prominent example is DITA, which stands for Darwin Information Typing Architecture.
Oh, okay.
It's pronounced DITA.
DITA. Okay.
And it's an XML-based standard that's designed specifically for technical documentation.
Interesting. Okay.
DITA's strength really lies in its ability to break down content into these modular topics that can then be reused and recombined to create a bunch of different outputs,
Oh, cool.
Online help, product manuals, training materials, things like that.
So it's like having a set of Lego blocks that you can assemble in different ways.
Exactly. That's a great analogy.
To create different structures.
Yeah.
That sounds incredibly efficient.
It is. It really is.
Okay.
And there are other frameworks out there like DocBook, which is popular for software documentation, and S1000D, which is widely used in the aerospace and defense industries.
Wow. So there's a whole world of this.
There is, yeah.
Out there.
Yeah, the choice often depends on the specific industry, the type of content.
Makes sense.
And the needs of the organization.
So the best tool for the job.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
It's cool stuff.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I have one final question for you.
Okay.
Where do you see structured writing heading in the future?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think structured writing is poised to become much more mainstream.
Really?
As the benefits become clearer and the tools become more user-friendly.
Okay.
I think it's just a matter of time.
So it's a matter of when, not if.
I think so.
That's really exciting.
It is.
Imagine a world where all technical documentation is structured, searchable, and adaptable to any format.
It'd be a dream come true.
It would be amazing.
It would. Yeah, it really would be a game changer.
It would.
And the implications extend far beyond just technical documentation.
Oh, yeah.
Think about any content that really relies on structure and organization.
Okay.
Scientific papers, legal documents, even news articles.
That's true.
Structured writing could transform how we create, share, and consume information.
Across all domains, really.
Across the board, yeah.
It's like we're moving away from these static documents to like a more fluid, interconnected web of knowledge,
Yeah, it's a different way of thinking about information.
But doesn't that, I have to ask, won't this make writing feel more technical and less creative?
I know that's a common concern, but I actually think the opposite is true.
Really?
Yeah, by freeing writers from those constraints of like formatting and presentation, structured writing lets them focus on what matters most.
The content.
The content, the ideas, the story.
Right.
It's like giving a musician a perfectly tuned instrument.
Oh, I like that.
They can just focus on the music, not on fixing the strings.
Right. That's a great analogy.
And we can't forget about the benefits for users.
Of course.
Imagine being able to instantly find the exact information you need tailored to your specific context.
That would be amazing.
Right. It's user-centered content that anticipates their needs.
But how do we get organizations on board with this?
Right.
It does seem like a big investment, right?
It's a shift, yeah.
In terms of time and resources.
But the competitive advantages are becoming undeniable. Organizations that embrace structured writing are going to be more efficient, more agile, and more responsive to their users.
So it's investment that pays off in the long run.
I think so, yeah.
But change can be hard.
It can be, yeah.
What advice do you have for getting started?
Start small. Focus on your high-value content.
Okay.
Demonstrate those benefits to the stakeholders.
Prove it works.
Exactly. And remember, there's a whole community out there.
Oh, yeah?
Of structured writing practitioners and resources to support you.
So tap into that community.
Yeah, learn from each other.
It's a team effort.
It is.
Okay, great advice. But before we wrap up this deep dive,
all right,
I want to leave our listeners with something to think about.
Okay, I like it.
So here's a question.
Right.
As AI and machine learning keep evolving, how will they shape the future of structured writing?
That's a good one.
Will we see tools that can automatically analyze and tag our content?
Oh, that would be amazing.
Right. And then that would free us up, the human writers, to focus on the creative side of things.
That's a dream.
Will we reach a point where structured writing is so seamless and so automated that it's practically invisible, but its impact is felt everywhere?
That's an interesting thought.
It's an exciting time to be in this field.
It is. There's so much potential.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, a huge thank you to Curt Robbins for suggesting this topic.
Yeah, thanks, Curt.
And to all of you out there listening, thank you for joining us for another deep dive.
It's been fun.
We'll see you next time.